Hello everyone, my name is Caitlyn Eve and I'm here today in the beautiful New Jersey to present the Arbonne opportunity to you. If you know me, you may have heard about Arbonne, and if you don't know me, hi, I'm Caitlyn. But no, really, if you don't know me, and if you do know me, you should know that I am a huge advocate for change. I believe in peace and joy, love and light, the whole hippie zeitgeist of peace, love, and happiness. I live my life as an example, and I like to make it my message of being the change, being the peace, being the light I wish to see in the world, and inspiring others to do the same. So I have had few tools, but really none as powerful as Arbonne to really inspire that change. And I've had people ask me, what do you want to do professionally? Like, what do you want to do when you grow up, kind of thing. I mean, and I work full time already, so I mean, like I am grown up, but no, seriously, like, so you think about it, and I'll start to say, I am building my Arbonne business, and I see people kind of blank out because they're like, oh, Arbonne, one of those things, like, whatever. But then it was so great when I was talking about this most recently. I felt so good being able to say, well, I have this Arbonne business, but that's actually a vehicle that I'm using to pursue bigger dreams of helping to build communities and strengthen tribal cultures and bring yoga and healing into the world. Like, I wouldn't believe I could live so freely if it weren't for this Arbonne opportunity. So I'm very passionate about sharing it with people, and a little insecure and nervous about it, but like, I love it so much, so here I am doing it, right? So without further ado, I'm going to get in and tell you a little bit about the company, the opportunity, the products, and why you should consider starting an Arbonne business. I'm asking that you have an open heart, an open mind as I go through this little guidebook here. I'm going to keep it really brief because I could talk forever, but I just want to whet your palate a bit, and we can always talk more, because on top of building myself and building this business, Arbonne is really about building relationships too. So, to touch on a few things about the company, Arbonne's been around for 36 years with a Swiss heritage and cutting-edge products. Everything that we offer is vegan approved, eco-friendly, and formulated without gluten or GMOs. So all of like the buzzwords, all this stuff that's super hip right now, Arbonne's been holding itself to that standard forever. Like, we've been plant-based since 1980 when we first started, and that, like, we've been vegan before vegan was even a thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of cool. It's like definitely a bragging point. But what that really, the real significance of that is that for the past 36 years, Arbonne has consistently been putting more research and development into its products to bring better products to people that serve people better. And it's such a service organization. I love it. But anyway, so let me tell you a few things that are in the products. It's the safest of science combined with the best of nature. So all these botanicals come together to produce result-driven products. But even more so than what's in the products, which we have a full disclosure of our ingredients because we are proud of it, it's more important what's not in the product. Or not more important, just as important, significant, exciting, what's not in the product. There's no harmful dyes, no mineral oil, no chemical fragrances, no animal testing or animal byproducts. As I mentioned, no gluten or GMOs. A lot of us don't even think about the stuff that are in the products that we buy at the drugstores. I can't even walk down the aisles of like cosmetics and personal care products at drugstores anymore because it makes me kind of sick. They're so toxic. They're so toxic, the stuff that they're giving us, and we're buying it. We're buying garbage, you know what I mean? I'll get to the garbage part of it in a little bit, I guess, but all that stuff, it really is contributing to how unhealthy our society is. So with Arbonne, not only have I found the opportunity to use safer products that are benefiting me, but then I can share that with other people. It's awesome. And we have over 500 products that people are using every day, from skincare to nutrition, from cosmetics to like athletic pre-workout kind of stuff, to like a luxury spa line, to everything you need in the shower: shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, deodorant, and all this stuff without all the chemicals. And more people are becoming aware of the garbage and how toxic it is, and why, more recently there's been this revolution with what we put in our body, what we're feeding ourselves, like this the vegan thing, the paleo, all the different diets that people are doing and becoming conscious of, which is so great. However, our skin is our largest organ. Hello, birdies. Our skin's our largest organ, and we don't think so much about what we're putting on it. More people are waking up to that, and there's nothing like Arbonne out there to really give your skin the nutrients it needs. When my friend presented this to me years ago, she used an analogy that it was like the line and sinker, you know what I mean? She said, with other products, when you put that on your skin, it's like wrapping yourself in saran wrap, and you can't breathe. It's kind of like throwing a water bottle onto the earth, you know what I mean? It's polluting it. It's so disrespectful. But with Arbonne, it's more like throwing an apple into the earth, you know what I mean? Like a compost pile. You're putting the nutrients back into your body. And when you use Arbonne, you start to eliminate that saran wrapping that we put on ourselves so that your skin can breathe again. And when it can breathe, it can release the toxins that are linked again to so many diseases and unhealthy things in our society. So again, I mean, I could talk forever about pretty much each page of this presentation, so I'm going to keep it brief, but hopefully we can pick up the conversation, because there's so much to contribute to it, and there's really so much to be said about a healthy lifestyle, which is what Arbonne's about. It's not only about helping people switch the money they're spending on this toxic garbage to a pure, safe, and beneficial alternative. It's teaching how to really integrate those decisions into your life as a whole. You know, it's a holistic approach to wellness and healthy living. So, you kind of get what Arbonne's about. Let's talk about network marketing, because you've probably heard about network marketing. You may have heard it referred to as a pyramid scheme. Gonna just nip that in the bud real quick. Pyramid schemes are illegal. They're a scheme where people pay money but they don't get anything, so there's no real product involved in a pyramid scheme. So Arbonne is not a pyramid scheme. There's real product involved, and if it was a pyramid scheme, it wouldn't have been around. It would not be around for 36 years. We would be Dunsky by now. So just getting that out of the way, because I think that's like on the forefront of people's mind. A lot of people don't even know what a pyramid scheme is, but they hear something like this and they're like, oh, pyramid scheme. It's also not a get-rich-quick thing, but it can make a lot of money at a significant pace kind of thing, as I'll get to in a minute. But really, network marketing is just a word-of-mouth service. I build an effective distribution system of people who are conscious consumers, switching the money they're spending on garbage to the healthier product. And I do this flexibly alongside everything else I do. I'm a full-time world changer. You know, I work 40 hours a week for a mental health organization. Another 40 hours a week I volunteer for a different mental health organization. Another 10 hours a week I'm probably at the yoga studio doing yoga, doing karma yoga, teaching yoga, private lessons, you know, so I'm very busy. So when people like throw their shade at me or their excuses like, oh, I don't have time, I don't have money, I kind of like feel a certain way about it, because like I don't like excuses. And really, if you don't have time and you don't have money, you probably need to take a better look at this, because this can give you that time and that money back. Just saying. But let me get to the meat here. Coming from someone who doesn't eat meat, that's kind of funny, right? But so here is a good little chart that shows traditional retail and network marketing. So you see there's all these stops along the way in traditional retail, but just one straight shoot in network marketing. And what that is showing there is that in traditional retail, say you're gonna buy like your skincare from the Macy's department store counter thing, it has to stop at the wholesaler, the warehouser, the advertiser, and the retailer before it gets to the consumer. So at each stop, it costs the manufacturer more to get the product to the consumer. Like, it's even paying for rent in that little counter there. And I mean, for them to get Beyonce to say easy breezy beautiful cover girl, they're spending a lot of money to have her say that, whether or not she's really using it, let's be honest. But all that money that they're spending is making, like I said, the product becomes more expensive. A lot of times they put more filler, more garbage into the product so that they can continue their business model and afford to keep open. Whereas with Arbonne, the product goes right from the manufacturer to the consumer, shipped directly to their house through the channel of the independent consultant. So all the money that is saved by not telling Beyonce to say Arbonne's the best, by not paying Beyonce to say Arbonne's the best, because there are celebrities that use Arbonne, I will tell you that. But instead of spending all that money all along the way, all that money now gets to go back into improving our products and providing better customer service by paying people like me to be like, Arbonne, do it, you know? It makes a lot of sense if you think about it. There's a lot of people who endorse network marketing. I'm not going to get into that now because, again, we could talk more, and I want this to be a brief overview. But one of my favorite things from Robert Kiyosaki, who's like a business guru of the 21st century, he says that the smartest people in the world are building networks. Everyone else is trained to work. So, I mean, we kind of joke, a job, J-O-B, is just over broke. It's kind of true, right? Like, no one wants to live paycheck to paycheck. Why not build this abundance? And networking, building networks, it's the future. You're starting to work smarter, not harder. That's really what this is about. In a business with Arbonne, you get paid what you're worth, which is nice, right? Like, whatever you contribute. Whereas, like, when I'm sitting at a desk at work, it doesn't matter how hard I work there. It just matters how long I'm there, really. But it's a simple system. You fall in love with the product, which is easy to do. Then you share the product with others, build a team of people that are doing the same thing, and everyone earns income doing it. That's what it is. We help people switch the money they're spending on garbage, buy pure, safe, beneficial alternatives, and if they're interested, they can help others to do the same and earn an income, so they're turning an expense into an income. Smart, right? Everything's results driven because they're so pure and they don't have the garbage filler products. They actually provide quick results, whether it's the skincare or the nutrition. You'll feel the difference or see the difference, or both. And everything's internet driven, as I mentioned. Products are shipped directly to the consumer because I have my own online site. People can go on right there, shop, and have it shipped right to them. It's great. And also, it's just a system of duplication. Like, the how-to is already there. You just follow the steps. Just like any other successful enterprise, you're just duplicating. And the big thing is that all the products are consumable. So you get someone hooked on the protein shakes like I am, every month they're going to go onto your store and buy it, and that's contributing to your monthly sales in your business. I touched on the pyramid thing already, so I'm going to keep going. This is one of my favorites. You have this guy who is your typical average Joe. You know, he's got 4 arms there looking like a Hindu god, I think Vishnu, right? Like, he's just trying to sustain his life, and he's working overtime, and he doesn't even have enough time. He needs 4 arms to try to get everything done. And that's great. Like, he's earning $10,000 a month. That's cool. It's like a livable wage, right? But then you have this lady over here who's working the same amount of time as him, but she doesn't need 4 arms because she taught 10 other people to do what she's doing. So now, instead of getting paid on just her 8 hours, she's getting paid on 80 hours. And instead of making $10,000 a month, now she's making $100,000 a month because she has learned to work smarter, not harder. I hope that's clear. That's one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite things. I mean, just the whole Vishnu thing. I don't know. But yeah. So work smarter, not harder. That's what this is about. She trained these people to do this, and now she gets the benefit from her efforts. It's beautiful. When I train people, you know, if you're a server, for example, and you train someone, you're not going to get paid on their tips, right? Unless you guys split tips, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Any job, though, a lot of times if you're training somebody, you're not going to get paid off that. But yeah, so you dedicate 10 hours, you teach 4 people to do the same, they teach 4 people, they teach 4 people. It's a system of exponential growth, actually, if you're into that kind of thing. Most likely, if you're listening to this, it's because me or someone I know, or maybe someone I don't know, which would be cool, is interested in having you join their team and be a consultant with Arbonne. So what does that mean? Oh, I just ripped this a little bit. I don't want to get too much into the compensation plan. There's a very, very generous compensation plan, which includes a Mercedes-Benz cash bonus prize when you get to a certain level. And there's longer videos you could watch that'll explain that. But I just want to kind of get right to the nitty-gritty, because you can earn, again, you earn what you're worth, and maybe you just need a couple $100s a month to pay your phone bill, maybe you need a couple $1,000s a month to pay your mortgage, anything you need. Maybe you just want to make a little extra money so you can take vacations. Whatever you want, you can build with this business. What really got me when I first heard this is the top level, I'm not going to lie, and that's where I plan to go. That's where I plan to take whoever wants to come with me. The average income there is $22,000 a month. $22,000 a month. Are you serious? Like, think about that for a second. That is straight up gangster money. That's gangster money. And you're doing this as part-time. You're working part-time, earning gangster money, and you're doing it legal. Where can you earn gangster money legally and help other people to do the same? This is like not sketchy. It's one of our MVPs. She's like, it is financially irresponsible not to give this a try. I'm like, oh, Debbie Neal, you're so smart. Oh, that's the culture of this company. There's nothing like it, really. And you know, when people like myself, I like to kind of, I like to think I'm pretty pure in heart, and that I surround myself with people who are pure in heart, and that as I build my team, it'll be a team that is pure in heart. And when those are the type of people making that kind of gangster money, that's what's going to change the world. You know what I mean? We're going to be giving back to nonprofits. We're going to be building our own nonprofits. We'll be traveling, we'll be enjoying a well-earned life of luxury, maybe, if that's what you're into. But much more importantly, we're going to be giving back to people who need it. You know what I mean? The people who can't take care of themselves. And that's what it's about. That's why I do this. That's why I do this. You know, I mean, the products are great. I would use the products either way, but like the opportunity to really change lives, not only by helping people make that kind of money, but by being able to give that kind of money away, sign me up. You know what I mean? Okay, just a few more things. So we're not even fully globalized yet. We're in 6 countries: the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, Poland, just recently opened in New Zealand, and soon to open in Taiwan. Shortly after that, going to expand into the South American networks. So we're already in like the top 50, I think, network marketing companies, and on that list, we're one of the few that are not fully globalized. So what that means is this opportunity is kind of like ground floor Google. Now imagine, or like Facebook, or like whatever, but like let's go ground floor Google, because that's what I always say. Imagine if someone told you about Google like however many years ago before it was Google, and you were like, oh no, like that's not for me, I don't think so. I mean, and you don't know anything about it, you just like heard whatever, and then you watch this explosion and the person who told you about Google is making mad gangster money, right? And then you missed out. Like, who wants to live with that kind of regret? No, I don't think so. But that's really, like, that really is what this is. And if you're starting to, if your wheels are starting to turn and like you're thinking this is something that could be for you, like, let's definitely talk more, because it probably is. And if you're thinking no way, or but I don't know, but if you made it this far in the video, we should probably still talk more. Just saying. The 4 things that really make this a successful network marketing business, not all companies have this. The consumable products that I mentioned, that's residual income, because when people are shopping on your site every month, you maybe only talk to someone once, but every month they're contributing to your monthly sales. That's a big deal. The marketplace demand. Our marketplace is anybody with skin or hair, and the hair part's negotiable, so there's always going to be a marketplace demand so long as people have skin. Timing and trends. Health and wellness is huge. Internet shopping is huge. Network marketing is huge. Arbonne's the marriage of all of those things, you know what I mean? So it's the best example of health and wellness and network marketing coming together, which has been projected to produce the next 10 million millionaires in the next 10 years. I would like to be one of them, because like I said, I'm gonna change the world with that kind of money. I changed the world without that kind of money. Imagine what I would do with it. And then the ability to leverage your time, right? Like, who doesn't want to make money when they're sleeping? Who doesn't want to be their own boss? Like, I can help people build their business, but I'm not their boss. They're their own boss. I'm my own boss, even though I was signed up and I have an upline. I have so many people who support me. At the end of the day, whatever I put into it, I'm going to get out. And if I'm teaching other people to do the same, I'm leveraging my time and making money when I'm sleeping. Who doesn't want to make money when they're sleeping? Who doesn't want to be their own boss? Who doesn't want time and financial freedom? I don't know. I have yet to come across someone who doesn't want those things. I've come across many people who don't want to put in the work to get those things, but not anybody who's been like, oh no, I don't want to be my own boss. I'd rather not have time and financial freedom. You know what I mean? I don't think so. So I'll leave you with these 2 questions that we always end our presentations with. Where will you be in 5 years if you continue doing exactly what you're doing right now? Think about it. And how long could you survive on your current savings if you lost your current source of income? A lot of people start a business like this as a plan B, working it part-time or even less than part-time along their full-time business or full-time job. And we all know there's not that much job security anymore. So it's good to have a plan B to fall back on. And something like Arbonne, I know a bunch of people that are making more with their part-time business than they did at their full-time job. And some of those people were doctors and lawyers that were working 60, 80 hours a week, you know what I mean? And they started working a part-time business and now make more money, have more freedom, and actually can be with their friends and families. Like, that's what I'm talking about. So to kind of close it up, I was saying this to somebody recently. I feel like for maybe like the baby boomer generation, or like anybody who is maybe a little older than me, that maybe like their whole thoughts of dreaming and all that like was just robbed beneath them when they had to start going in the real world. Don't get me started on the real world, but this opportunity, it gives them the freedom to stay with their kids if they're a stay-at-home mom. It gives them the freedom to stay with their family if they are somebody who commutes into work. It gives them the ability to dream again, which a lot of people lose. But then you have people like myself and the people that I surround myself with and people that I call my peers, and we are already dreaming. Like, I'm not telling you to drop your dreams and build your Arbonne business. No, I'm telling you that an Arbonne business is going to help you fuel the fire of your dreams. And that's what I love, is that I'm surrounded by so many people that have these beautiful visions but aren't sure they're possible. If you're making some gangster money like that with an Arbonne business, anything for a pure of heart individual can be possible. You know what I mean? So on that note, that's all I'm going to say for today, and I hope that this has whet your palate enough to make you thirsty for more knowledge, more understanding, and let's get together and talk more about what could be possible for you and your community when you integrate Arbonne into it. Alright, thank you very much. Have a lovely rest of your day, and don't stop believing, know what I mean?